What's going on, guys? So I'm going to show you something very interesting in my hands over here. This is the Upward Spiral of Excellence Strategic Journal, and this is the Gratitude Journal. So many of you guys just started following me, and you might not know what the USOE is. It's a self-development program based on a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and that is by Steve Covey, and this is the book over here, okay? There's over 65 million copies sold of this book, right? And this here is a picture of the late Steve Covey, a very great man, and he came up with these 7 habits of highly effective people. And on page, what page is it? I think it's page 306. On page 306 of his book, he has this diagram, and this is the first time I discovered the concept of an upward spiral. And what I liked about the concept was it wasn't some vague self-development theory that was hard to grasp. It was a theory that was action-based, and it was principle-based, and it's universal amongst all people. These are principles, and I highly recommend reading the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So I read about that, and I've had dysfunctional behavior for a long time, addictions, bad mindsets, low self-esteem, and I've caused myself a lot of problems, like a lot. And that's the reason I got so obsessed with this, because I saw it as my golden opportunity to change my life. Because my life, I kept on having like really serious problems, going to rehabilitations, relapsing over and over again, having dysfunctional behaviors and telling myself, I'm going to change, and I never changed. So I've been on a relentless search, and if you see over here, this book will be available to everyone. I'm just updating it, so you can sign up for the waiting list, and it's for free. But these are all characters from history that exemplified qualities that are examples to us of the upward spiral of excellence. And there's certain very notable people here like Nelson Mandela, Frederick Douglass, Elon Musk, Andrew Carnegie, Muhammad Ali, Alexander the Great, Nikola Tesla, Thomas Edison, Ernest Shackleton, if you know who that is, Jack Churchill. Read these guys up if you don't know who they are, but they're amazing people. And there's obviously Steve Covey, Viktor Frankl, Brian Tracy, Napoleon Hill, Jim Rohn, Brene Brown, Dale Carnegie, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius. And all these people that have done these great things and made this like contributions to the field of self-development, I've like got all different things from them inside this program. And even Albert Einstein, like his one quote was, "Genius is not in complicating simple things, but in simplifying complicated things." And that's what we've done with the Upward Spiral of Excellence program. We simplified self-development to a remarkable way, and we teach it in a way that is very easy to do, easy to start getting momentum on, and it's accountable because it works on habit trackers. We make 365-day habit trackers, and those are also available for free. We're just updating everything, but here's an example of other principles that make up the upward spiral of excellence. And I want to just say that no person can adhere perfectly to these, but we always can increase our adherence. And the more we understand these principles and adhere to them, the more successful our lives can be, and the more stable and prosperous they can be, and the faster we can achieve our goals. And now I just want to say that a big part of succeeding is just staying out of your own way. You know, back when I used to use drugs and I used to destroy my life on a regular basis, I forgot what I was going to say, but back when I used to do that, I didn't realize that those bad habits that I had, like the alcoholism, the drug use, whatever, that was causing all the other problems. Because the same way these principles work, like one of them here, number 2, is the principle of synergy, and that's when different elements work together to create more output. It's one of the principles from the 7 habits. And that also works in reverse. So let's say if you go to gym and you meditate and you do these habits and you make your business go forward and you tend to your relationships like what we teach on the program, if you do that every day, it builds its own positive momentum. But if you go and you like go and get wasted, then you can collapse that whole thing. And that's what I just want to point out to you guys quickly, is that once you get out of your own way, it really helps. And we also have an addiction recovery program. We have many different programs inside the upward spiral of excellence because it applies to all of them. We even have a business program to teach people how to make money online. We have a fitness program, addiction program, dating coaching program, and a children's program. Do you want to come a bit closer to me, brother? I want to show them something interesting here. So check this out, right? This is principle 10, and that's speed of momentum. And this is a very interesting thing because as you progress on the upward spiral and you make progress, let's say you're 3 months in, you've been tracking your habits every day, doing your priorities on your journal and stuff, and just improving, your rate of momentum will increase exponentially as you go faster. And that's what we're trying to help people with, is break through that gap of the initial force of resistance. That's how it is for everybody. The initial resistance is the highest in the beginning, and it's like a rocket going to the moon. It uses more fuel to get out of the atmosphere than it does to get all the way to the moon. So we need to help people to fast track that process to excellent habits and excellent mindsets and high self-esteem and skill acquisition so that they can excel, because that's what happens on this program. You start to excel. Like in the beginning, it's hard to do all the habits and stuff, but for example, at the point I'm at now, I'm just excelling with everything. It's not even difficult to do the stuff anymore. I just do it automatically. I do cold approach, I do nervous system regulation, I do business. I mostly just do business all the time, but I do all those habits. I train and whatever. And it's such a good foundation and a basis. And every morning I start off my day ticking off my habit tracker, and it gives me so much sense of self-esteem and security because I know I'm on the right track. I know I'm performing, and there's always going to be a gap of where I am now and my performance being better. And I still have a huge way to go, and that's why we do the program, because we lock in the foundation. We got those 5 habits. We're doing them no matter what, Papa. We're getting the whole year W's. That's why I have the W tattoos. I've got many of them, like 2. Anyway, so there's other principles here, so let me not get carried away. So this is a thin line journal. It's for me because I write very small. So this is just a gratitude journal. So there I write things I'm grateful for. There I write positive self-affirmations. And there's also techniques to do this, and I have trainings on it, free trainings, but I'll give you a quick tip, right? When you write what you're grateful for, write the things that you need to be disciplined for. I write every day, I'm grateful for work, I'm grateful for gym, I'm grateful I can approach, I'm grateful I can eat healthy, I'm grateful I can do all those things that I know I need to do. And then when I approach it with that mindset, just that one thing, it changes everything. You don't miss. When you're grateful for gym, Papa, you go to that gym and you train, boy. And sometimes you don't want to. But then you make yourself, and then you feel even better about yourself because you think, shit, that day I didn't want to go. But guess what? I went. You know how that feels? Right. You know, that feels great. You also can talk, bro? You want to say something? I can tell, but let's just hit this thing. These guys are like just our friends with us. So that's how I see it. You know, also interested in self-development. Whoever you are, if you're still watching this, that's a great thing, and I'm grateful for you. But we just, you know, like you, very successful, bro. What can you tell these guys? What advice could you give these guys, bro?
For advices, you know, just say like, you know, do the things until, you know, you see the result. Because when the result comes out, you will be motivated to do more.
Bro, that is such a good insight. And I told that exact same thing to the group, because I have a group of friends in South Africa. I'm teaching them how to make money online, and we made a whole like course about it that even you guys can join. But that's what I told them. I said, we need to bridge the gap between like you doing the activities like the online marketing and posting and whatever, and that first sale. Because once that first sale comes in, then everything changes. Because then in your subconscious mind, you link that activity that you did to produce that money with money, and then it's automatic and you just keep doing it. And if you're a content creator, here's a quick tip for you. Start seeing every reel as you make as money getting paid to you. Even this video right now, I see this as me probably making like, I don't know, 100,000, or in the future, I don't know, whatever. It's money, it's something, it's value. But even if it's not money, I'm happy to share this stuff with you. And I want you, if you guys get value from these books, share them with other people. The way that my business works is simple. We give out all these self-development tools and that. We have even this kids program here. I'll show it to you. And then we give all the stuff for free, but we also sell high-ticket programs. So like probably 99% of the people that use our stuff probably won't join the program, but that's fine. We want to give them all the tools, but it's all those clients that have the money that want to do our programs that fund all this other work that we do. You know, we do projects in different countries, in Thailand, in the Philippines, in South Africa, and we want to do them everywhere. So that's also what I want to talk to you guys about here. So check, this is like the children's program. These are some different children. We like made them the shirts. Then we put like QR codes on the shirt so that the parents of the other children or whatever can just download the tools and print them. And then this is just some interesting graphics. And this is a mental priority pyramid, and this is a activity priority pyramid. And this splits it up into like what activities should be prioritized, what are bad, what are right, and what are good. And it's the same like that for your mental priority pyramid and your action priority pyramid. But these two pyramids are fundamentally linked together, because if your actions are on this lower part of the pyramid and you're doing all this bad stuff, like, let's see what it says here. It says if you're doing like drugs, alcohol, doom scrolling, pornography, gossiping, watching too much TV, fighting, seeking attention, junk food, self-sabotage, if you're doing that stuff at the back and the bad activity priority pyramid, if you're doing that, you're going to feel like this. And that links to this. This is a vibrational frequency chart. And you know, these things look so crazy, eh? And you know why they look like this? Because I made other documents before, like by hand, like on Canva, I made them. And then I ran this through AI today. And I got my team to like edit it even after that. And look how it's came out. And this is the point of the program and the habits. It's like we want to bring people to this point. Because when you're at this point and you're feeling all these high vibrational frequencies, then you operate on a very high level. And this world, many people will try and pull you down this. You know that. Many people that are on the downward spiral, they resent other people that are striving to be better. They even try sabotage. They can say bad things to you. It's happened to me many times. And this is cool, you know, it's like from aliens, it looks like. It looks like from aliens. But what you're looking at here actually, guys, is years and years of work. Like 4 years. I've got the big, huge USOE tattoo on my back. And this is just a little guide on why it's important. But when these books become available to you guys, it'll be different. Like this I just printed today, and we're still going through all the stuff because, look, we're making it really nice. Like, that's just an example of a cover. And shall I show them the other one quickly? Okay, let me show you this one. Okay, look at this cover. I prefer this one, right? And you check there. Check there. It's a crocodile. You know why? You know why there's a crocodile, guys? Yeah, he's the friendly crocodile. Check here. So this is a strategic journal. This is like for myself, but we do this also for like people in the inner circle. So these are 18 blocks for 15 minutes each. And we actually train ourselves to focus on those singular tasks 18 times a day, and then even more when we get there. And one of the main things that keeps people on a downward spiral is called drifting. And there's a book called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, and he describes this condition called drifting and what it leads to. And it leads to another condition called hypnotic rhythm. And that's when you give over control of your mind. And that's when you lack definiteness of purpose. And you just drift around. And if you look around you, you'll see them everywhere. People are drifting. And I was like that too. I still do that. But I'm better now. But that's just another example of a tool on the program to help people avoid these traps. And then we have this stuff also for children. Imagine. You know, like tools for them and stuff and stories. And then we teach them the story about the golden spiral. So I call it an upward spiral because I'm an adult. But for children, it's like a golden spiral. And then you show them like the process of self-development, the process of directing their mind to positive things. You know, guys, that our children in this world are exposed to such bad things on social media, toxic things that makes their self-image bad, their self-esteem bad. And we have to combat that. And the way we do that is the same way I do it with adults and the same way I do it for myself. I program my mind every morning. I don't miss it. I have an accountability group in my coaching program. Everyone sends their pictures in the morning. And every day I do that. It's a core habit of the whole upward spiral. And when people start, I just say, okay, just do the gratitude journal. But when you're more advanced, you do strategic journal. You know, if you do this every day and you make tasks for your team and you plan like, one of the fields of entry here is called ideas to improve that which I currently do, and that's a idea from Earl Nightingale. He says that in his book, in his speech. What's that speech called? But it's a brilliant speech, Earl Nightingale. And he talks about that list, and you make that list every day, and you just think of ways to improve. And even one idea can revolutionize your whole life, and you're just harvesting them all the time. And you exit the realm of like competing with other people to the realm of just creating. And that's awesome. So anyway, guys, I'm talking a lot. If you want these, click the link down below. You can sign up there. You'll get these things for free. If you want to help us with the children's program, that's like my actual main passion. And what we can do is we make the brilliant children's books, and at the end of the book, if you're involved with us and you print it in your country, you can dedicate that to a relative. I dedicate a lot of books to my father. The whole company is actually dedicated to him. But in some of the printed works, I'll have his picture there and say in memory of, and we can do that for you no matter what country you're in. We've done these books in Chinese even. And this is just about sharing self-development knowledge, benefiting humanity, benefiting the countries, and trying to give some solutions for children's developmental needs. I started this company because I was a dating coach, and I was a very successful one. And I learned a lot about self-esteem, social skills, self-development. And that's how the USOE was created. And then I saw all the stuff that was happening to children, and it upset me so much that I did this, and I started doing that. And people have called me crazy for doing this, and they've actually attacked me. Imagine that, for trying to do something like that. But guess what? I follow my program. I track my habits every day. I use these principles. You can't stop me. It's only one way to stop me, and that's only if you kill me. But if I'm alive, I'll make progress every day at increasingly higher and higher levels, and use these principles. And I've used them. I've improved my life a lot, and I can share them with people and try and help them do that. And in this world, if you give a lot of value to the world gives you value back. But everyone's looking to just take value. You guys that are not successful, you want just to take. And the guys that are all successful, they know the same thing. You got to give back to this world. This world, we have to improve this place. You can't be like those guys complaining and protesting and that. Why don't we do something about it? Elon Musk, he's building rocket ships to take us to other planets. That's the kind of guy I like. He's got a plan. You know what I'm saying, bro? He's got a plan. People here blaming everyone for their problems. If you blame, you have no chance to fix it. So let's see who's disciplined and who's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a habit tracker, there's a journal. You can do it if you want. But half of you, no, even more, you'll just choose not to. And it's your decision, guys. I'm out of here. That was